Hi, Patricia. How are you doing? I see you there, my friend. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know. I'm doing well. Okay. So welcome everyone. Welcome to Brenda Akatama's channel. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. So I'm waiting on my guests. Let's see. Let me check on them real quick. But I hope you're all doing well. Patricia, can you hear me? Let me know. Let's see. Yeah, my guests are here. There is not connected. Before you can add them. Okay. So they're trying to connect in, but it says the device is not connected. Device is not connected. They will need to connect. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you can hear me. Let's see. All right, so it says their devices are not connected. Let me send them a quick email here. I can see them trying to come in. Hang on just a second. But says your devices are not connected. Okay, oh, here they are. Okay, so let me see. Now I can add them here. Hey, why are you upside down, Mwakazi?
Now I'm inside out.
The other one just said the devices are not connected. I just sent you guys an email, so disregard it.
Yeah, the other one was had issues.
It had issues, yeah. Squeeze in, squeeze
Yeah,
in. Look at
yeah.
you. You're always trying to throw my friend off the couch. These men, these men.
Eh, no, okay. We are now closer.
Good, 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 good. See? So,
Oh,
how
you
are
came
you, my friends? How are you, Mambo za Kenya?
poa sana. I think that's
Yeah,
the only
yeah.
Kiswahili you know.
You have to embarrass me. You have to try so hard to embarrass me on the show.
No. I'm cool.
All right, so we have This
Um,
is Africa is on. We have Patricia. We have people joining us. So I'm so excited to have you guys here. Hi, Brenda, and the guest. Hi, Rachel. So yes, This is Africa. Mwakazi is always like want to embarrass my Swahili, all the time.
and I'm sure South Africa is better in Kiswahili than you.
Unadanganya. Tena hii asijui nothing.
I have to tell you something in Kiswahili. He's so fluent in Swahili.
He can write it, he can't speak it. Anadanganya.
Maybe he's copying from somewhere there.
Yeah, he's copying. Like how all the tourists can buy dictionaries. So that
Yes.
when they reach in a
Translate.
country, yeah, so they have like those fast words so that they can get chapatis easily. We know them.
Yes.
Hi guys, thank you. No, the ghost of YouTube. Yes, This is Africa saying the ghost of YouTube. Hi, Stephen. So guys, how are you doing? Tell me, how was your day?
Not bad. Mine was busy. Hers was busy. Do you know she had just landed actually just now from work?
Oh, you're tired. I'm so sorry. Okay, did he make you dinner yet? Did he cook?
Oh
You?
no, I equally was out. We had gone for Vivian's medical at the U.
How's Vivian?
Yeah, she's fine. It went well.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. So, what are you having for supper then? Because nobody was home to cook. You guys have a nanny?
No, we are both nannies and paid. And Vivian is trying to help, trying to cook the Ugandan way. Trying to something
When you,
Ugandan.
yeah.
Yesterday she to make and they were awesome.
What did she make?
Yes, some G-nut sauce.
Oh, wow. Peanut sauce, huh? Mm. Are you sure it was ready? How long was it cooking? You know the Ugandan way, they cook it for like an hour. And then it starts to make bubbles and then it makes like an oil. Yeah, bring her in, bring her in,
She's
bring
saying
her
it.
in.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe you can look at her face.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hi, Vivian.
hi, Brenda.
So you made chinyewa? You made the peanut sauce for them?
Yeah, I did. Although
How
we
long did
used a very funny.
how did you
You
make
know
it?
how we made? We had to blend the seed to get a paste. And then yeah, blending with some little water, we got the paste, and then yeah, we had to use shortcuts. But it was nice. Ask them.
It was nice. They
It was
enjoyed
nice.
it. What
The
did
real
they
one, how
eat
it
it
looks.
with? How did they eat it?
We had batoke, and then there was also rice. Like for 2 days.
For 2 days.
And that's how I converted to a Ugandan. Yeah.
Oh, geez.
So all the lacking is your.
I'll pray for you. Njakusabira. You know, in my language, they say njakusabira.
Amina.
Okay, guys. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you. So that's your guest, the one you were hosting.
Yes.
For how long?
As long as she wants, maybe a month or two.
Okay. So everything went well with her medical tests.
Everything went well.
Amen.
We thank God. Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So I know people are waiting to hear from you guys. So thank you for hosting. Thank you for always opening your house for so many of us. Yeah, it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
We look for another one.
Do you have like a COVID test at the doorway before people enter the house?
African problem are test enough.
You're going to be like Magufuli. You know how Magufuli said, huh?
We are a bit cautious. I know Magufuli even tested purples and they tested positive.
That's true. Yeah. Anyway, so we're just catching up, guys. Thank you for joining us. If you're new here, please check out the Mwakazi Family's channel. I call them my heroes in Africa. So if you're from Africa and you don't know the Mwakazis, I don't know what the problem is. So you need to check them out. You need to hear the stories. They're amazing. Every day they have like funny stories. The other day, they were being nannies in their own house, and then they were being challenged to dancing. So I keep up with the Mwakazis. So you guys will find them very entertaining and very educating. So check their channel out. So I'm so glad. Thank you for joining me today. I was a quick request and you guys immediately said for sure, Brenda. So I'm very, very honored. So who are the Mwakazis? Can you guys tell us? Can you tell everybody who's watching or new people, tell us who are the Mwakazis?
Who are you?
I'm Mwakazi. I'm Mwakazi. I love that name.
Mwakazi. B is when you are married to someone, the coastal region, that is Mombasa, we call Bibi ya Mwakazi. Bibi is
Bibi ya Mwakazi, the wife of the Mwakazi.
Swahili. The real wife, Tanzanian way will say mke. But now the Kenyan way we call bibi. But
Bibi,
now
yeah.
when you go to bibi is a grandmother. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now when so she's now bibi. Short form of bibi is B. So she's the Mwakazi to mean Mrs. Mwakazi. And I am the Mwakazi.
And then you are Mwakazi. Interesting. Wow. So what? Tell people more. What does your channel do? How did you start YouTube? Before we get into the juicy stuff, how you guys met, how long you've been together, who is the most stubborn in the relationship, and who's the most humble? Mhm. So tell people about your channel, and then we'll keep progressing.
I will start with the channel that was the first channel, that is the Mwakazi Fitness.
Mm-hmm.
Due to COVID, let me take you back a bit. 2019 things were very nice, and we had a good business going on, as well as my client. I'm a personal trainer by profession, so
Yes.
what I do on my channel is actually what I do in real life. Yeah, so I'm not faking it. I'm not copying any someone's workout. What I do is actually what I trained to do.
Yes.
So 2019 backwards, everything was nice. We used to have a nice business running. She was in charge of the business. I was in charge with my usual personal training. Until now, when we came back from our travel to Tanzania, January 17th, our hotel caught fire and burnt down to ashes.
Mm-hmm.
So that was January 17th. So I was struggling now, continuing now, because one source of income has gone down. So I was focusing on trying to reinstate her business back, or maybe make a different business for her.
Yeah.
So she always wanted to do beauty. So we had gotten a shop, we had tried to partition and to beautify it. And now we bought the first stock. Now we were to get more stock so that she can open. Now, when we've just done that, this pandemic came. All the shops were closed. That's how we lost that shop and everything. And all my clients decided to do social distancing. Because I think you guys remember the first wave, and it's scary. Everybody was scared. Everybody was indoors. Even opening the door, you would think Corona will come in. Yeah? So all my clients were like, let's give it a break, and we social distance. So that's how I lost my jobs as well. So you can imagine staying indoors. We used to have 2 jobs. Now we had hopes of reinstating one. And now, because Corona has come, we have lost everything.
Yeah.
So we stayed indoors for a very long time. And because I'm used to exercising, that's why I decided, why don't I exercise with people for free? Because everybody was indoors. That's how now we started now going live. We used to go live on my channel.
Yeah.
Every day at 7 a.m. East African time. People knew they are going live with the Mwakazis, and yeah, they could join. And I think that accelerated our monetization process, because you see, like when 20 or 30 people come on your live for like a whole 1 hour, those are like 30 hours. So it really helped us to get monetized within like 5 months. So we embraced that, and we kept on continuing with YouTube.
Yeah.
Until now, people kept on suggesting they want to know more about me.
Yeah.
I really wanted to focus more on fitness, giving people value. At the same time, people want to know about me. They want to see me in the kitchen. They want to see me doing, all other stuff that a normal person does.
Yes.
So now she can come up with our channel, and there we can do anything and everything.
Yes, on the Mwakazi Family channel. Yes.
If you want to know if I know how to cook or not, if you want to see if we fight or not, or maybe all that we've gone through, now you can go to Mwakazi's family.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for sharing this. It's a very nice detailed background about you guys. And I remember watching one of your videos of how you lost your hotel. My gosh, that was heartbreaking, I have to say. And you guys kept up being strong. You're like, yeah, so what? Now next. But I know deep down there was some kind of emptiness in you guys. You were scared. I mean, even just knowing that, just waking up, it was more like a dream. I'm sure you're like, I'm not sure this just happened. So let's talk a little bit more about that incident, because I think it will encourage somebody else there with COVID. I know so many people have been down that road where either they've lost their businesses, some have lost their homes to mortgages, like loans, banks now, people can't pay anymore. So what came to your mind? What kept you being the Mwakazi that we see today, like the Mwakazi we see every day, who wakes up and puts on a jolly face? But how was it for you when that happened at the beginning, when you woke up to that news?
Because actually she's the one who received the call. Maybe she can talk from the point where she received, or then I'll pick it up from there.
Yes, please tell us.
Okay, that night it was so hard. It was just a few days from we were in Tanzania, and we just came back. And now we decided, why not now sit down and plan the year, because we were planning for the 2020.
Yes.
And no, I decided, let me go home on time so that at least we can sit down and catch up a little of our business ideas and plans that we had to travel and everything about the YouTube. And so that night it was late, and I was called by the next shop neighbor, and the person was like, where are you guys? The shop is burning. First, I resisted picking up the calls because I don't give people my phone number. If someone asks for my phone number, definitely give them Mwakazi's number. I don't give my number. I don't know why. But now that day, that guy called me with my number, and I was like, who is this calling me with a strange number? I don't know.
Yeah.
But the guy told me, your hotel is burning, so you need to come over. And I was shocked. The first thing, I was so shocked. So the only word that I caught in my mind and I could speak out was fire. So Mwakazi joined the dot, and he was like, what? He just ran off and left me in the house. So I was left screaming and crying that I've lost my business. And he just went to save the situation, only for him to get there and find that the situation was worse. But he couldn't tell me what was happening. He told me it's just something small. We can handle it the next day. Only for us to go there at around 4:30 a.m. in the morning because we couldn't sleep and find the whole place in ashes. Yeah.
So actually, it's the workers who had forgotten to put the fryers off. Sorry. In the hotel, we used to have backup, because we used to have gas fryers.
Yeah.
And we used to have solar for lighting. So when power goes off, they could switch to gas. And since we have solar, life would continue as normal. So they forgot to put off the fryers. And because customers kept on coming until very late, so they were closing in a hurry and they left. So that's how now the whole place caught fire. And when I went there, I was so, when you look at everything and there's nothing you can rescue. Yeah, I was like, if I tell her that everything is down, actually she would have fainted. If she went with me, she would have fainted. So I decided just to cool her down, and when we went the following day, everything was down. So what we had done in the hotel, we had built some gypsum, and gypsum really contained fires. So fire was burning within our hotel, but it was not spreading to the neighboring shops. Because we had a shop, we had a chemist, we had a supermarket. So fire was not spreading out. It was only being contained in our shop. So that's how we lost everything. And of course, when you try to push with the insurance, they'll talk about negligence and all that, or it's human mistakes. And it's a bit too complicated. So
So
we
did
were
you,
brought down.
wow. So did you get anything back? I mean, like anything from insurance? What happened?
Nothing. They say that is negligence. So nothing to be refunded, nothing to be paid. So that's how we were brought
Wow.
down to nothing.
Wow. Wow. That's deep. That's tough. Wow. My goodness. But you know what? I think I don't know. I don't even know what like I can't believe insurance didn't help. That's Is there anything that you could have done differently? Like as a business owner, maybe is there some other kind of insurance that you could have had that would still be able to cover that, or there's nothing like that?
I think every insurer, insurance, they're also in business. And
Yes.
when they come and assess this, and they know for sure that they have to like pay you some millions, of course they look for ways to avoid that, and they look for small loopholes. And that's why now when they send their investigation team, and they're just trying to look for the loopholes. When they realize it's human error and all that, then they're like, that's negligence, and sorry, we can't pay.
Wow. Huh. All right. So I know some people who are watching, and I see my friends there. I know the business owners. They own buildings in Kampala. So I hope you're listening in, and this could be one of those hard lessons that you could also learn from the Mwakazis, maybe what you could do differently. Some of you who might own hotels, I don't even know what went in your mind. Like that day, you probably like, I wish I had stayed longer, like I wish I was the last person at the hotel to make sure everything was switched off. But tragic happened. How have you been able to move on?
It's been tough because you see, I had hopes now with my normal job as a personal trainer because I used to have very good clients. So my hope was, I'm hoping whenever I go to my clients and I get paid, I can set up something else for her. So at least she is not like, mentally, stressed and all that. So I was in the verge of doing that when now COVID came. So there's nothing much we could do, and it was tough because you see that's when you realize depression is real.
Yeah.
And first of depression, that's when now we decided to be doing exercise, and we used to do exercise together as well because it's the only thing we could get done. So and it was very tough. And that's why if you look at our stories in our channels, in Mwakazi's family channel, there's a point even we were budgeting 20 shillings. She comes to me and she's like, we don't have food. We didn't have food. All I had between me and poverty was 20 shillings, 20 Kenya shillings. That is 0.0, that is $0.2.
Yeah, like pennies, yeah.
$2. That's all I had between me and poverty. So at one time we even, sometimes okay, let me speak for all the men in the house. Let me stand up for the boy child.
Yeah.
When things happen, we tend to be frustrated more because we are, they all look upon us. We are the breadwinners. So I have to really, pray to get my mental stability back, because if I break down, what will happen to my wife? What will happen to the children? Everybody is looking upon me. I don't have any means of surviving. So let me tell you, that day when now we were arguing about the 20 shillings.
All right, now you're making me cry.
When you were
I'm
arguing
getting
about
so emotional.
So sorry. So when we were arguing about the 20 shillings, so I was telling her, just go in front of the gate, buy even if beans for 20 shillings, then you'll try to figure out how you're going to survive. Let me tell you, so we had a disagreement because of that 20 shillings. She went to the bedroom and locked herself. So I was left there just seated and and in the kitchen the only thing that was there that was different was maize and bean. So I fixed that quickly and I ate. That was around approaching 6 p.m., 7 p.m. So I used to have a client long time ago when she was in Kenya before she went to London. So I received an SMS from her asking, can you train via Zoom? I've never done Zoom before. I didn't know how it works. So one thing I was ever taught was if you can do something, the first answer should be yes. Then get busy trying to figure out how.
Yeah, how? Yeah.
So I said yes, yes. And she was like, how will you charge me? I was like, because I didn't have a clue on what it entails. So I told her, let me charge you the same amount I used to charge you when you were here. We agreed we are starting on Monday. This was on Friday. So I have high hopes that on Monday, because my client used to pay upfront. So I had hopes that at least on Monday, I may have something to feed my family. But this is Friday. How I'm going to survive between Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I don't know. So luckily, at around 8:15, I received an M-Pesa from the same client. So she decided to pay upfront. So I rushed. In fact, I didn't tell her. I rushed because our supermarket, supermarket closed at around 8:30. This was 8:15. So I had 15 minutes between my home to get to the supermarket. How I rushed down the stairs, I can't remember. Rushed to the car, rushed outside. And by the time they are closing the supermarket, I was in there. So I managed to do some shopping, at least to sustain us, some food and all that. And life continued after that.
Wow. So, Mwakazi, the lady, how was your reaction? What went in your mind after that? So we just had the he part, sometimes people think, men don't go through such stuff. They don't. Yes, we see them as strong people. They're supposed to be strong according to society. But at the end of the day, they're also very human. They're very fragile. It's the same heart they have. I don't believe that they are in any way, their heart is in any way stronger than the woman's. I don't believe God did it that way. I think it's the same. It's just like how society has built us, has brought us up to be like, okay, you're a man, you need to be a man. And what that means is you have to be stronger. But I believe most times even the men are breaking inside. They're mentally breaking. They're trying hard not to show it. And as the women, we also looked at in society, or society has made us to believe that we are, I don't want to say that we are weak, but we easily show our emotions. It's okay to show our emotions, but men are not supposed to be that way. I feel like that's how society has built us to be. Like when you think of a man going through something and a woman going through something. But to some extent, I don't agree with those assumptions. I believe everybody feels pain. And it's probably the same exact way. If they pierce you, it's the same feeling that woman is going to feel as well. It's the same exact pain. So, Bibi and Mwakazi, what came to your mind? What kept you, like, what was going on in your mind? Did you feel like a whole cloud just shattered on your head? What was going on in your mind?
First it was hard. I thought it was a joke because we just been there the whole week. We've just been in the house, not going out, not doing anything. And when he gave me the 20 shillings, he told me, I want you to, before that, when he gave me the money, before he gave me the money, he told me, I want you to fix a good lunch for me. And I was like, we had maize, We had tea leaves and salt only in the
No
house.
sugar,
No
no
sugar,
cooking
no
oil,
cooking
no.
oil, no tomatoes, no onions. But here he is expecting me to prepare a very delicious meal for him. So as a wife, definitely I will be like, if you want that dish or you want that meal, then you need to give me money, go buy, and I'll prepare you what you want. So that's when he went to the fridge and that have been there for the baby for the maize and beans. He prepared it and he ate. So dinner came and we had nothing else to do. And still he's insisting on a good meal. And I didn't have anything else to do. So I just felt pissed off. I got mad and I just left him. Think whatever you want, do whatever you want. I don't have money. You don't have money. No food, no nothing. So I was like, okay, fine. So later on, when he came home and came with food and shopping and everything, I was like, so you're testing my patience to see how I'm going to react about it, or you want you wanted to see my reaction about it.
Because
So we
actually,
did
I
talk.
had not told you that actually the client sent money. We were not talking. We were not on, talking terms. So because we were not talking, so I couldn't tell her what transpired. So I went, did shopping. When I came down, because I could not carry everything, so I called her to come and help me. So she was like, so you had money. You are testing my patience.
Yeah. So I got pissed off and I talked to him for some time. So basically, I've gone to a friend, his cousin, and asked for some food. So I prepared that because I didn't know what we're going to have for dinner. And for the last few days, what we have been doing was just okay. Our car was full fuel, and you with a full tank in your car, how is it going to help you? So we'll just sit around and start joking with him. I'll tell him, babe, why don't you go eat out today? Like, no, when you tell someone, why don't you go eat out? You think you're going maybe in a mall or a hotel and eat. But now when I tell you go eat out, it means we find a place or a relative who is around or a friend we visit and eat at their place and come home sleep. Yeah. So that's what was we go eat out meant for us.
And when we went out, we tried going out. Now going out, we went to my brother. My brother, people know him, the news anchor.
The other Mwakazi, yes, yeah.
So we went to his house. So you are like, let's go and change our diet. You know, though you're excited. By the time you'll have eaten something and, you go home and you have changed your diet. So, of course, you don't go there and tell them that actually you've come for food. You'll stay there until you make sure that you've eaten. When they tell you, we could have cooked for you, but it's too late. We were like, no, it's not late. So when we went there, hoping that we'll change our diet, guess what? Even them have eaten githeri for the whole week until the kids were complaining. Yeah, githeri again. So it was tough. So actually we sat there and started laughing.
Yeah. The situation was so funny, but we enjoyed it because we spoke for so long and home, we felt comfortable and there was no much of doubt or anything. So the next day we have shopping, we have everything, and now we say, why don't you do this? At least to tell ourselves sorry for not eating well for some time. Why don't we buy meat and cook with rice? No, with ugari, that is for sure, and enjoy ourselves. We bought meat. Meat for 200 shillings is that is $2. It's enough for me and him because I'm not a meat person.
How much is that? How big is that? Like this amount? Like 1 kilogram or not even?
No, it's a quarter, almost a quarter.
Like a quarter.
Yeah.
But it was enough for us. It was enough for us because I don't eat meat.
Okay.
Yeah. The max can eat 3 pieces.
3 pieces of meat.
Even the kids don't take a lot of meat. So that was now spoiling ourselves.
So we went, bought meat, and started preparing it. And now you have to boil meat before you cook it for it to be ready or to soften up. So I just put the meat on the fire and I was like, give it some time to boil. And then I remember that you have to put onions for it to boil together so that you can have that taste.
The flavor, yes,
Onions.
yes.
I just went there in the kitchen, diced on the onions, the tomatoes, and everything, but I put that aside. I just used the onions first so that it can boil with the meat. And went back where we were used to sit down and watch movie. So we were just there watching movie, and I couldn't smell the aroma of the meat or the onion. And I'm like, what's happening? Let me go check. I told Mwakazi, why don't you pause? Let me go back. Let me go check if the meat is burning or something. Only for me to realize the gas is over. So we have half-cooked meat. The onions are not cooked, no gas. So what are we going to do about that? We just sat there. I couldn't express myself to him because it's just the other day. Yesterday we didn't have food, and now today we don't have gas. And I'm like, don't you know, the meat is not ready and the gas is over. So he didn't do anything. He just went mute. And I started laughing about it because yesterday he was hyper shopping, and now today we don't have gas. No, we can't tell people the reason why we're not eating. So we just decided to eat a special meal. So we ate uncooked meat and uncooked onions with that soup and bread and slept.
The following day, you see, somehow God has been coming through for us. The following day, we got a client from Egypt.
Yeah.
Actually, someone I used to train again. So someone from Egypt actually came on board and was like, can you train again on Zoom? I'm like, fine. So she paid. That's the first thing in the morning she paid, and we were like, this is God coming, you know, the 11th hour. We rushed. So you were like, okay, because we didn't eat enough supper, can you eat something nice before you buy gas? So we go. we went to the supermarket and she made sure she's eaten, like, you know.
I ate almost the same amount,
yes.
the same amount of the money that we could use to purchase the gas. That's what I ate for breakfast because I was so annoyed. So I made sure I've overeaten to a point that if anything comes in between now, we have
if we lack again for the next 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, it's okay. But it was fun, yeah.
So wow. You
that's
guys,
how we survive.
That's how you've been surviving. I love you guys. I honestly love you. I wish we had. Now I feel bad. I wish we had done something like as content creators, as family, you know, YouTube family, to do something for you guys.
We didn't know each other. Actually, when we started YouTube, what we used to do was we could go to the internet and check YouTubers in Uganda. So I could list them up, all of them. I go subscribe to their channel. I go again check YouTubers in Tanzania, everywhere. So I was trying to learn more about YouTube before we dive deep into it.
Yeah.
And guess my biggest supporters, the people who are watching me most, were from Uganda.
Wow.
So that's how I became passionate about Uganda, and amazing people, just amazing people.
No, you are amazing people. And let me tell you, they say you attract who you are. Sometimes you'll attract bees. If you have honey, bees will come to you. And they might not bite you, they just be your friends. So good people attract good people. Like, this is what I've learned. So now this brings me to you two. How did you two meet? How long have you been together? Tell us now, the romantic side of the Mwakazis. Why are you pointing to her? Why are you pointing to her? Anyway, I'm here, I'm listening. So how did you guys meet, and when was that? My anniversary is coming up, so now I'm all into hearing the romantic, lovey things.
Okay.
It was back in 2016, right? Yeah. I'm good at dates than he is. So I know perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So in my relationship, I was dating a white guy, and we had issues. He had issues of trust. He didn't believe that I can date him without him being around me.
Where did
because
you
I was a
find the
model.
white guy? Where did you find the white guy? That's usually my question. They ask me, Brenda, where did you find the Muzungu? Tell me, like, do you have any other Bazungus? Can you connect us? So where did you find the Muzungu, Bibi ya Mwakazi?
Okay. In the years, ever since I was small, I've loved to do modeling. I used to model, I used to dance. For the high school, for me, Miss Meru, I've become Miss Meru so many times. I've
Ooh.
done Miss college, I've done Miss high school, even like 6 boys schools. So my passion was to be a model because I have the height and I knew how
Yeah,
to walk.
and you're gorgeous. You're beautiful.
Oh, thank you. You never told me that. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I used to so I love to be a model. And now when it comes to modeling, so many people like white people like being associated with models. And the agency that I was working for, they had a Mzungu guy, but the wife was Tanzanian. But no, they were not interested in me at anything. But I was the most skinniest girl in that group. So if you wouldn't fit in my outfit, you're not going anywhere. So I was given more of two because I had the small and I was too dark and I had long hair. So I was looking amazing to them. And now these Tungus would come and would do a show. So one day we went for a motor show at KICC and we were showcasing cars. And no, there was this guy who would come to Kenya anytime we have the motor show thing. And he got interested. And when we were chatting,
in the
he would tell
car
me,
or
I would
in
like to
you?
take you to.
Did this guy get interested in the cars or was eyeing Bibi ya Mwakazi here?
No, in the cars by then because I was so naive. Yeah, I was so naive. And I didn't talk to these people because I was naive. And now, okay. So the guy was like, "Why don't I enroll you in a more good school and learn how to do your thing?" So the guy became interested and he started looking for international modeling agencies for me in US, in his country, and everything. He was in Belgium, and I was like, "Okay, for me." So that passion of being a model made me go close to him. So he took it as an advantage because he tell me a lot about the US models, everything, my height and everything. So the guy now approached me on that, and now we started like dating and everything. Yeah, so that's how I got him.
Then on the other side, we had just broken up with my baby mamas. Long story.
Baby mamas,
That's
Mwakazi.
for
Baby mamas, how many? Tell us.
baby mama. I said
Mamas.
You
I
said
said
mama.
baby mama.
For him to tell me the rest of the mamas.
Okay. So one of my clients introduced me to an app called Tinder. I knew nothing about Tinder. So I went home, checked around Tinder, downloaded it. It was free by then. So I joined Tinder, and the rules were: if you see someone's profile and you like it, swipe right. If you see someone's profile and the face looks personal and all that, swipe left. So I was busy checking right, checking left, right, left, until I met her. Okay. Beside her, there were like 4 more people who I saw, they can become good wives. On the other side, she was also doing the same on the app because her relationship was on the rock. As she was coming to Tinder, her ex was still in her house. Yeah. So she kept on swiping right, swiping left. One thing with Tinder, when she swipes right and I swipe right, we have matched. And what the app does is it initiates a talk. It just says hi, yeah, on my behalf or on her behalf. So hi, and that's how we started our conversation. Just hi. On Wednesday, it was hi. On Thursday, it was hi, and I added more like, how are you doing? Then she wasn't more of a talkative person, so she didn't reply until late in the evening. So our communication from Wednesday and Thursday was very minimal. Yeah. Then on Friday morning, I woke up again and I didn't lose hope. So I was like, how are you? Have you taken breakfast? She didn't respond. So I was like, okay. So I kept on now wishing I can now check the other ladies. Maybe they are a bit more responsive. So when I went that evening, when I went to my client, I told my client, look at these girls I found in Tinder, 5 of them. Who do you think is good for me? So she kept on telling me about the other 4 and not her. Because the other 4 are more beautiful, more taller, and So I was like, definition of beautiful. So I was like, so I was like, but me, I feel I'm more into this one. She was like, no, the rest are looking good, and try the rest first before you come to. But me, I was now pursuing her. I write for her SMSs and she's not replying. On Friday, when now I was telling her, hi, have you eaten? How have your day been? Like, are you at work? So later in the evening, so we were like, okay, I told her, now that maybe she might be shy to talk in this app, can we upgrade from this app? You give me your number, we now talk, She's like, no, you give me your number. And in my history of job searching long time ago, whenever you go to a place and they tell you, don't call us, we will call you. You know what that means. So I was like, okay, this is a downright rejection. So I gave her my number and she went mute. This is Friday morning. She went mute until evening. Now she can pick it up from mute, as in
like she didn't say anything back to you. Yeah.
Okay. Personally, I was not looking for love. That's one thing.
You guys are killing me. So personally, you went, oh my gosh, we could talk like all day. You guys are so cute.
I'm not looking for love. And Mwakazi was looking for love,
So what were you looking for at Tinder? You're not looking for love. I thought when you go for these apps, you're looking for, I don't know, what are you looking for?
Okay, if I can say maybe I was the president of Tinder, because I've been in Tinder for a long time, but I was not engaging myself with these men. Because they'll tell you, send me fire photos, and I don't have fire photos, I'm a shy, naive girl, a dark girl, so fire photos for me was nay. So I was not looking for anyone. So I just, when I got my ex, I removed the app in my phone. But when all things started going bad, I said, let me go back to Tinder and have fun. No, the fun that I was looking for, maybe get someone, we go catch up, have some drinks, maybe talk about business and everything. Because I was strict. I was looking for people who are business owners. I was not looking for anyone else.
Any broke young Kenyan.
Yeah, I was not looking for that. So looking for people who are business owners. But now, unfortunately, I got the guys that I was UN guys. No, UN guys. And now there is this other brand of person or people that were nagging me, like, hi, what have you eaten? And I was like, no, what's wrong with this guy?
And you are busy looking for a UN, someone serious.
Not that I was looking, but I had already got a UN guy who was interested in me, And I was like, so whenever he sent me a message or say anything to me, I was like, I'll either sit down and think, should I reply or not reply? So when he asked for my number, I was like, why don't you give me your number? I will call. I don't like giving people my number because the minute I give you my number, it's like I've entangled myself to you. So I don't want that. Let me be the person to look for you, but not you to look for me. Yeah. And so when he gave me the number, I just felt like, I've ignored this person for so long. Let me just give him an ear and get to know what he wants from me. So I called him in the evening, like, yo, what's up? What do you want? Yeah.
And it was wrong timing because when I had just gotten home and I was busy packing. When you're packing and you're reversing, us men, we are one track, as in we can't multitask. We are one track. I might get into a wall, the way you go until you get
like boom.
Yes. So I was like, okay, let me pack because you see now I was so happy. Let me pack, then we can talk. One thing I was so happy is now I have a number. So after I finished packing, hey, I got my deep voice back and I was like, hey. So we
Hey,
started
babe,
talking and I was
what's
like,
up?
can I invite for? So I told her I'm a Costarian. You know, people from Mombasa, the Costarian, we know how to cook pilau so well. So I was
Okay,
like,
yeah, I
I'm
love
a
pilau.
Costarian.
Yeah.
Can you? So she was like, no, I'll not come. I'm like, okay, can I take you then out for lunch? She's like, no, I'm working tomorrow. Are you working the whole day? No, I'm working only until 12:45. After that, can I take you out? No. So she was saying no because the same time she was having a date with the UN guy. It's a black American, UN guy. Actually, they were
Baby
meeting at a very
Mwakazi,
expensive hotel
how
in
did you do
Westlands.
that? You're
So
like on a date and you're texting another person. Mwakazi, you're in trouble tonight. Mm.
And don't forget that still my ex-husband was in the house.
and the ex was in the house.
You guys
Now, so this guy, so I became a bit more persistent. She was like, no, let's meet on Sunday. I said, no, I want to take you for lunch tomorrow.
are.
You know, she said, yes, you can come. But, out of just because I've bothered her enough, her mind is set for the date at Sankara with the UN guy. And me, I was busy, because I want to take her to Kawangware. You know, if you know Kenya so well, Kawangware is a very
Like,
low standard.
oh my
So,
God. Yeah, low standard. Yeah.
and I was there. So I was like at 12:45. So I didn't know about the other date she was having. So at 12:45, I went parked there and I sat on the bonnet waiting. So I had seen all her photos, so I knew how she looks like. I knew how tall she is and a bit of how she dresses. Exactly a few, like 5 minutes after 12:45, I saw a lady walking majestically, start walking because she's a model. And
Yeah.
the more she was out closer, the more my voice was deepening. You know the way her voice. So she came closer and closer and closer, and I was like, "Hey, baby." So that voice alone weakened her knees, and she was all in. I pecked her here, opened the car doors. We went. I think that's how we got the other date with the
Oh
UN
my
guy.
gosh. Oh my gosh. That's so cute. That's so cute. Why? Okay, Bibi Mwakazi, why are you eyeing him? Is he lying? Were your knees not weakened? Tuambie.
You know, these Swahili people, you should doubt them. You see them the first day and you're already everywhere. Doubt Swahili people.
So we went. I had one tracksuit. You know my nature of work. So I had one tracksuit. So I requested her, is it okay for you to take me home? I go change so that I can take you on a date. I don't want to take you on a date looking like a PE teacher. So she said, okay, it's okay. So we had to go home first. We went home. Because I had done some small shopping. Bachelors, you know the way we shop, junks, and so I couldn't like carry everything. So she helped me carry. We went upstairs. I gave her the keys so she can help me open the door because my hands were full. So she opened the door. We got in, put things down, and turned to her and told her, "Now this is your house. Can I give you a house tour?" So, of course, she was there, standing and like, when you're told that this is your house and we just met. So, gave her a house tour round, round, round. And we were like, we have now to go for dinner. So, that was late lunch. So, we went for late lunch. And one thing on the way, as we are going now, we are coming home, I kept on engaging her, trying to know what kind of person she is, what she's looking for, and told her what I'm looking for. So kind of we had connected. So by the time we are going for now the dinner, the lunch, the late lunch, we had a connection. So there was a bit simple and things were a bit straightforward. I was like, I'm not into games. I've been through a lot in my life. I just want someone serious. So if you're not serious, it's okay. Just let me know from the word go that you're not into this, I'll count it as a loss. As you know, as men, we lose a lot on the way. So I was like, I'll count it as a loss and move on now to the other 4. Schedule the other 4 projects.
Look at
Yeah.
her face.
Yeah. So we connected
Mhm.
after that. So I told her, there's somewhere special I want to take you. We just go walk around. Yeah. So from the dinner, it wasn't a heavy lunch, late lunch. And I have seen EBM saying after this, I need to take you to a
Yeah, you need
special
to take
dinner.
her to a special dinner because shots were fired,
I will
apparently.
I will make responses to that. So we had to go back home because where I was taking her is Jaffrey's. If you know Lavington,
Oh,
you know
Javas?
Jaffrey.
Yeah,
So
there's a.
Jaffrey's, you can there on heels, and she was wearing 6-inch heels. So I was like, we have to change. You cannot go there on heels. So she accepted. I convinced her. She accepted to go home, and she put on my open shoes. How can she put on open shoes with a long Ankara dress? I offered to give her my tracksuit. Of course, I was, a bit burdened. So her skinny self just dropped inside, the tracksuit and looked like toothpicks inside my tracksuit. So, and I gave her my ticket, and she wore. So I was
I
like,
just love
this
her
girl.
expressions. Look at her face.
So I was like, this girl has accepted to remove her clothes and change into mine. She will know she doesn't know.
Yeah,
This
she
is
will
a
know
common.
that she doesn't know. Mhm.
So as now I was leading her outside, we now go for a walk in Jeffries. I turned back and rushed inside, took her dress and put it in water. So that she knows she's not moving from that house.
Is that an African man thing, or is it like a Kenyan thing to do? Huh?
No, that was my way, and I'm sure we have so many other men who have done that. Maybe they can comment down here. They've done this to daughters of Eve and daughters of Adam. They can comment down here.
Oh my gosh, you guys have killed me. I'm like, this is the best thing ever today. What a description. Faith says. She doesn't know who Mwakazi is, huh? Yeah. Oh my
So
gosh.
we went to Japanese, had fun talking, chatting, and we ate some nice cassavas from Mombasa. Very nicely done. And I think
You took a girl who was trying to date a UN guy to eat cassava for
exactly
dinner.
cassava. You see, and from the word go, I told her, if I had money, I would give you bags and bags. If I had lands, I would give you acres and acres. I don't have. So what I have is what I give you. I give you my love. And that's what I give you. So by the time we are coming out of Jeffries, remember, this is the first day we are meeting face to face. This is the first day we are meeting face to face. After we came back from Jeffries, since that day, she has never left my house.
Wow. So, Bibi ya Mwakazi. So, and let me see. It's 12. Are you crying? It's 12:59. Like, I have another meeting. Maybe I'm going to be late by 15 minutes, but I want to talk to you guys. So, what is it that drew you closer to Mwakazi? What attracted you to Mwakazi? Was it the dress being dipped in water so you couldn't go home? What was that spark? Share with us. What was the green? How did you get to be like, I think this is the one? What happened? Don't tell me butterflies, but okay, I'm listening.
Okay, personally, okay, the first time I met him, I saw a go-getter, He was not bothered by my snob and how I treated him, like I was snobbing him, not talking to him and everything. And the fact that I had another date with another person, it was like the other person was feeling more high appreciating me, and now Mwakazi is here to pick me up. The other guy was, if you're done with work, come to where I am. And Mwakazi was like, are you done with work? I want to come to where you are. So Mwakazi put effort to come and look for our offices where they are, and he came there and waited for me. The other person was just sitting somewhere waiting for me. So personally, I felt that this person is a good person because he waited for me. That's number one. He was calm and collected. Another thing, I felt that he's a nice person and he was not bragging about anything. He was not a show off. You know how men show off and everything. So for me, I felt that he was not showing off and he had accepted me the way I was, even though I was tall, dark, and beautiful and skinny. He had appreciated that. So him seeing me the first time and loving was a plus to me. Because I normally say I don't go for money. Even if the Sankara guy was earning in form of dollars, I was not interested in that. I was interested with the heart, and that's what I got from him. So that was a plus for him. So him putting my dress in the water was a fight. Still, I still kept on insisting I want to go to my house. But now my friend sold me more like, you can take her, I've given her for free where she's staying here at home and she's just having stress here. So just keep her and keep her forever. And that's how now I stayed in his house. Yeah.
On Monday, I met the sister firstborn. Yeah. In African society, firstborn are more like parents, like they're the second parents. In the absence of parents, the firstborn becomes like the parent. So on Monday, I met the sister. On Wednesday, I met the parents. The parents invited me for dinner on Friday, dinner together. The week after, they invited us home for Easter.
Wow, that was
the
quick.
Week after, they invited us home again. After 1 month, I brought my people to go show how serious I was. And they were given the list of dowries to go, that I'm required to pay. A month later, I went and paid dowry. So that was the story of Simon Makonde.
Oh my gosh, you guys, that's super cute. Okay, so I have a question here for you. Let me see. You won't have some explaining after the stream. Mwakazi, hope you won't have some explaining after the stream. No, I don't think he's good. But Mwakazi's heart has a hardworking spirit in it, which is money down the road. Yes, he does. He does. Yeah. All right. So let's go back to, I just found out that my meeting got canceled. So maybe we can move a little because this is like very interesting for me. Yes. We can get to, these are like my things that I love. I love listening to such stories. So Bibi and Mwakazi. So after he had done, did he change? Did you see any changes on Mwakazi? Like first date, second day or third day, you went for a house tour. In your head, you're like, like, okay, this is going fast. Were you like, I'm enjoying the ride? Like every day, did you feel like you're falling deeper for Mwakazi? Take us through your footsteps. Meeting him the first time, what kept changing? What kept sealing the deal for you in your heart? You're like, this is the right person.
A disclaimer first, he doesn't keep his word. He told me, now that we have met, we have known each other, I want us to be meeting maybe twice in a week until we get to know each other very well, which never happened. If I don't come in his house, he's like, where are you? I'm coming to pick you. So
it went from being twice every other 2 weeks to every day?
Like two days in a week. If it's Monday and Friday or Saturday and Sunday, that's all. But for him, it never happened. Mm-hmm. He has changed to be a more positive person and a caring person that I can't complain. Even if we do have our things sometimes, which he says I'm stubborn and I don't know how, he was looking for someone to be stubborn. So I don't understand why he's complaining. Because if you need a partner, you're looking for stubbornness, someone to call you, to nag you, or me my naggingness, my stubbornness on the first day, then I have to show him after. Oh, so you can't. Yeah. So I have to nag him. But he's a nice guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. That's nice. So Mwakazi, so what kept now on your side? Every day you talk to the, did you wake up feeling like I want to talk to her? Like every time when you were still like dating, I guess you really didn't have any dating. You dated for like what, 2 months, 3 months, you're already taking dowry. 3 weeks.
We did not date. We have never dated. In fact,
Mhm.
we are looking for to start dating because things were moving fast, breakneck speed. As in, from the day I met, we started chatting on Wednesday, talked on Friday, met on Saturday, married the same day, meeting the sister on Monday, meeting the parents on Wednesday. And so before I went to now pay her dowry, because it was like a month, we had settled for a month. So she kept on wondering, and she kept on talking to her best friend, and she like, this guy is coming to pay dowry, yet he has not proposed to me. So she couldn't like understand. And deep inside, I had done like my groundwork with the best friend, the same best friend that she's talking with. This guy has not even proposed to me, is the same friend that we are organizing everything. So we had organized because I didn't know her ring size. So I engaged the best friend to go look for the ring size. So they kept on going with the best friend to look for ring, thinking that actually they are looking for a ring for the friend, not
For
for
the
her.
friend.
But as they kept on checking around the ring, yes, the best friend was like, how does this look like? Do you like this type or should
Oh
I
yeah,
change?
like
So she
trying it
kept on
on her.
revealing, yes. So she kept on revealing more what she wants, as in the kind of ring she wants. So until we were exact with what she wants, then she left. She was like, she told the guys, okay, we'll come buy it tomorrow. And they left. So she texted me on the side and gave me the exact location, the exact ring, and the following day I went there, picked the ring. So my surprise to her was I wanted to do it a bit special, to go propose her in Mombasa. Mombasa, there is a very big place that is mostly frequented by tourists called Wild Waters. It's
Yes.
huge. A lot of fun ways.
It's
So I was like,
beautiful, yeah.
and me booking there was actually with the help of the sister-in-law who was working in Mombasa at the time. Because we were like, go find out how much is it to book. And yes, we are not like making it exclusive. We can have tourists coming in and everybody can come in. So that at least I have, people to witness. So
Yeah.
we organized that. We organized that. I paid everything, and so I told her it coincided so well. My cousin was getting married, so I told her we are going for my cousin's wedding. The good thing is, even my sister was coming for the wedding, so I was like, aha! Now I have a bigger team to come and witness this. So I was arranging the two things concurrently. We decided to go. Okay, she when she now came into my life, she found me with another car. I used to have two cars, so she liked the other car better than the BMW that I picked her with the first time. So we went down with that, and the friends came. The friends, the best friend, because they knew we are going for that, engagement. We just lied to her that they also I invited them now for my cousin's wedding. So they kept the ring with them and we kept on going. So as we are going, this girl over here had forgotten my suit, my special suit, the suit that I was planning to, kneel down and propose to her. She forgot. So I was so mad. I'm like, okay, how is this gonna happen? So all the way I'm driving and I'm, trying to figure out, okay, what else can I do? So we are not talking much in the car. She kept on texting the friend who is in the car behind. Oh, this guy has not even proposed to me. So me, I think after this cousin's wedding, I think me, I'll call it quit. That's how she kept on lying to herself. We went to Mombasa. After the wedding, we were like, can we go have fun? So we went to Wild Waters. When we went to Wild Waters, she didn't know what was happening. So we kept on sliding down the waterways, having fun. At one point, I fell her down, and she was so mad because she had a small scar. But it was part of, because what I wanted to do, the tunnels, the waterways, the tunnels.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
now it
yeah. The
was,
slides. Yeah.
and now come out of the tunnel, after so many times. No, she was to find me there kneeling with a ring. So I was like, that's a bad idea because she's already scared, from the waterways and all
Yeah,
that
she could say
adrenaline.
no.
No, or even faint in water to baptism. Anyway. so we changed tactics, and in the process, that's when now she got her foot. So we changed tactics. So I told the MC, what we're going to do is invite us for a dance in front of everyone and call everyone's attention that we want to dance to everyone. The trick was to convince her to change from her swimming gear to, some decent
Yes.
clothes and
Mm-hmm.
propose her on. It took us a hell of a time trying to convince everybody. Everybody knew what is happening apart from her.
Apart from
So
her.
she after everybody tried to convince her, she agreed. So she changed. After changing, I was like, okay, how am I going to tell her why we are being called in front of everyone? So I lied to her. I told the MC we know how to dance salsa. So the MC requested us to go dance salsa. So she now started becoming again difficult. Who told him? Who told him? Why did you tell him you can dance? I'm not going to dance in front of all these people. Everybody was there. It's like the whole world was there. I'm not going to dance. We started pleading. Until the MC actually called our name. That's why I think she knew, oh, yeah, this thing is serious. And she was still adamant of, waking up to come. So everybody kept on pushing, you go, it's just a dance, you go. She agreed, she came, we started dancing, and a nice music by Celine Dion was put, and we were busy dancing as the MC was now getting ready the ring. So we danced, and the MC again called the attention of everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, there's something I needed to witness. Then he gave me the ring. Then she saw the ring. Her knees weakened again. Her duodenum and the lungs and the small capillaries and everything mixed.
Look at her face.
Everything mixed. So when I went down on one knee and kneeled down and asked her, will you marry me? She took so long to answer because she was tears coming out. Maybe she can tell us what was going on.
Yeah, what was going on in your mind? Yes, tell us.
Okay, I was bitter, and first I was happy that I forgot the suit. It was not intentional, but I was happy about it because how can you plan a surprise even without involving me? Like, so you wanted to wear a suit on the engagement day, and I'm like with those small tight tops and
The
trousers.
tuxedos, yeah, and yeah.
People would think that look at this girl, she's still naive, and this guy is I was like, thank God, we are all the same. So he was in jeans, I was in jeans, I was in a sleeve, he was in a t-shirt, and I was like, good, we're good to go. So for me, it took me time to say yes because I was not prepared, and that's when reality came in. Oh, that's why you're hurting me. That's why you guys are forcing me to do all the waterways and everything. That's why you guys were all the time making sure I'm constantly in the water and doing all those things where you guys were on the pool, inside the pool. You're just standing there, but you want me to prepare all the time. So when I said yes, it was because my sister-in-law and other people were shouting, say yes, say yes. Everyone was shouting.
Even the tourists came to my rescue.
Yeah. And I was so confused. I started drawing the map of Africa, Asia, everything.
biting fingers.
My tummy
Biting
was so full of
fingers.
gas, and I was like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. The first engagement that I had was in town, outside eating restaurant, in town.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't feel like this one now, even though they all knelt down, but I felt this one more special because everyone was there to witness, the family and the tourists, and I felt good because we had enjoyed each other's moment and company for some time. So for me, it was a plus, and I said yes. But I later asked him, what if I had said no? What could you have done?
Could you? Okay, so
When
could
did
you
that
have
shit
said?
happen?
Is there a part of you that would have said no? That was like, I should say
Hello,
no.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? How come? Can you hear me?
Sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you faintly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think something happened to your microphone. You're good now? You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but faintly. But it's okay. It's okay.
And let's see. Okay, I think it's the Mwakazis. Yeah. Something happened at some point. I saw your camera go like this, and then you started going, being far. So, Bibi and Mwakazi, is there a part of you that was like, I should say no when he was proposing?
Didn't hear that.
I think it's Mwakazi's audio. Let's see. Can you guys hear me? The rest of you who are watching? Mwakazi, do you want to? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think I don't know what happened from your side. I'm sure you can hear us clearly, but
Yeah, I can hear you well.
faintly, but we can manage this. So you're
Huh.
asking?
So I was asking Bibi and Mwakazi, was there something telling her you should say no when all this was going on?
If she had said no,
No, was there a part of her that thought, oh my gosh, I should say no or yes? Was she fighting her emotions here, her decision?
I think it was, you see, like, if I've gotten your question right, to me, I was just kneeling down there and, hoping she would say yes. I had a
So
strong
this is,
conviction that
yeah, here's the question. Yeah,
she would
like if you
say,
guys can read
sorry?
it. Here's the question. I'm asking Pauline, was there a part of her that could have said no?
No, I couldn't have said no
Mm-hmm.
because I was okay. I was comfortable. So I couldn't have said no because what I had before was more stressing. And now I had something good. No. So I can't say no, even if I was not looking for that. But now God had just brought it to me. So I couldn't have said no.
Okay, so were you very happy? Were you very happy with everything?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You guys, if you guys are all watching and you're still single out there, you need to visit these people. If you're looking for some of these lovey-dovey stories, look for these two couples. Look for people who've been in relationships for a while, have been married for a while. Ask them their stories, and they'll be honest with you. Like the people who will tell you as it is. Like, yes, we fight. In relationships, it's not all going to be jolly every day. You're waking up to us, like a smiley face every day. Things change. And so what are the things that you could do to get your love back on track? So the Mwakazi, since 2016, what would you say your relationship is now, 2021? Is it the same as it was 2016, 17, 18? Or is it even higher? Tell us.
I think since then, God has been gracious because everything that has been happening to our lives, we have been managing. And, actually, relationships are hard. Let me say that. Okay. When the world says that relationships are hard or marriages are hard, I believe them. And I know for a fact marriages are hard. And someone once said, marriage is like public toilet. Those people who are outside because you are pressed, you want to go in, you are pressed, you are eager to go in because you're pressed. But once you go in and all the messes in there and the smell and all that, you want to go out. But it takes so much effort to, to stick together, so much effort to try to understand that. Because you see, we were not born by the same mother, by the same father. We come from totally different backgrounds. Her way of how she was brought up is different from how I was brought up. So these are two strange people who have never dated, trying to come together, not to come together to date, but to live together. I think it's more challenging than someone who you've dated for some time and now you've decided that, yeah, let's make this thing official. So the one thing I can say is surround yourself with a support team. Support team are people who wishes you guys well and they are equally happy in their marriage. Yeah. If we are married and she has more friends who are single, the best they can tell her is show her what she's missing out here. If
That's
I have
correct. That's very correct. Yes.
Single, and maybe changing from one girl to the other, all they can show me is what I'm missing out there. But if we engage ourselves with people who are happy married in their, happily married in their life, it makes work so easy because before you even fall off, you have a strong team to hold you guys together. Yeah? So before everything escalates to, those high heights of either separation or fighting and all that, you have a strong support team. So I would encourage everybody to look for that team, people in your inner circle, people who can be, accountability partners, and you
You're
can
good. You're
always
good.
chat things in your
But
marriage.
you're fine.
You can always talk, as in, if you have issues in your marriage, you can always talk it out. You're like, if she goes to my friend's wife, and maybe they're in the kitchen and cooking, and my friend's wife start telling her maybe a few things that she's not agreeing with my friend, and she'll be like, even Mwakazi is the same. So they'll try now to come up with how do we handle these men? How do we handle these men positively? Not to leave these men just positively. What did you do when he said this? Yeah. What did you do when he did this? And it's a positive support system. Because if she goes to her single friends, they'll be like, a man is not just one in this world. Move, go, get another person. So what has kept us going and what I can encourage anyone else, even the single people like Coach Remy has never shown her, right? And we are hoping that one day we'll have someone to show us the stretches after you've tortured us with exercise. It has to be softer, tender, anyway, on a lighter note. So
Yeah,
what I would encourage, it does not matter where you meet your wife. How you meet does not matter. How you pick it up from there is more important. How you handle your differences, how you handle your situation matters a lot. Actually determines a lot how long you guys are going to stick together. Because you see now we are approaching to our 6th year and going strong. 5, 6, 7. You're already there, okay.
So, how do you guys handle like some days when, oh my gosh, you guys still can't hear me so well? You can hear me a little bit?
How do we handle?
Yes. So how do you handle like the days when, let's say, your wife comes home not in a happy mood, or she's not, like those moments where she doesn't want to talk to you or you don't want to talk to her? How do you guys overcome that situation in the house, that like a little friction?
How do you handle? How do you handle me when I come home? I'm not in the mood of talking to you. I don't feel like even the food that you cook is not, as delicious as I wanted. How do you handle me?
Okay, for me, I'm more vibrant. I talk a lot. When I wake up in the morning, I can tell you a million and one things, but he's a more silent person. So I like when I see his moods are down. I like talking too much. I ask so many unnecessary questions like, oh, babe, I saw this. Babe, I love you. Babe, good morning. I'll just say,
Even
good
when I
morning.
sneeze, does it hurt?
Not like that. So I'm like, I love seeing his spirits high. Like I always do, even if I have issues bothering me, I don't like showing him. But sometimes it will push me at a corner. But for him, you will just see his face has changed and everything. And that's when I'll come with my 1,001 things, trying to put them in his head. And even he gets more mad, like even he doesn't want to see me. He'll just leave me and go sleep or something of the sort until maybe 2 to 3 days. He will talk to me, yes, but not in but I'll also take advantage of that and not start getting annoyed so that he can start creating that attention, so that he can start not talking to me, like looking for me. Yeah, so I think I'm a noisemaker generally, and I hope you will understand me, even when you're 90.
I'm still trying. You know what I decided, and this is an advice to all. I've seen Duke of Alego is in the house, and Duke of Alego is saying he can miss his wedding just to come and listen to this story.
Yes,
Thank you for
yes,
that,
yes.
Duke of
Look at
Alego.
this. I would miss my
Thank you for
wedding to
that.
come watch this
Now,
live stream.
you see, one thing I learned, and I think it's something that all men should learn. Let's just choose to love them. You cannot understand them, because when you understand them, actually, you can even get a degree in psychology, physiology, everything. So the best you can do, it's hard to understand it. So the best, I choose just to love her. Yeah, just love her. And in exchange, ladies, understand your men. Don't love them too much. Understand them more than you love them. Let me tell you, you live in a very more harmonious way with them. Yeah? So men, love them. Whatever the situation, just love them. Ladies, understand us more. And this marriage will get to our, what, Jubilee? Jubilee is 10 years.
I have no clue.
You guys are getting low and lower. I can't hear you so well. But so, oh, you guys are so cute. You are so cute. So, I mean, those are great points. Thank you for sharing with the rest of the people, even those who are in relationships already. And even does she have a sister? I would love to exit this stream with a love story too. Let me show you. Duke is looking for a wife.
Duke of Alego. This is the last born. This is the last born. So, no any other sister. The other sister is older and already taken, but she has some nice cousins. All you need is an application letter signed by the chief.
Signed by the chief. Signed by the chief. Anyway, so this is like so beautiful. I think it's important for people who are young in relationships, people who are looking for relationships, to hear such stories, to hear positive stories about marriages, about relationships, because I feel like most young people now are scared of being in relationships. They're very impatient. They have like so many people that have been in relationships and broken up, so they have like a bitter test about relationships. So we need to spread some happy moments, some real stories. We're not going to fake stories, but we'll tell them real stories of relationships, about relationships. And you guys are doing exactly that. So now for you, what do you encourage? Like, what do you say to young people when they are trying to find love or a girlfriend or a boyfriend? What are the things that, they should not think too much about? Like Pauline said, for her, what attracted to you was your persistence, and you didn't have too much money. She was already seeing other people that had money, but money was not it for her. And you guys have been through it together. You've lost your properties, you've lost your businesses, but you're still stuck together. So what keeps your relationship burning? Like, even when you go through all these things, share a few things. What keeps you guys feeling in love? Like, every day you wake up, you're like, she's still the same girl that I fell in love with.
For me, for me, what keeps me like going, and because you see, like when I was getting into this relationship, I had told myself I'll go in with the worst case scenario. If I meet her, I want to know her bad side first. Yeah, I want to know her nagging, her snobbing, her. But I've seen that the few days actually you are conversing. So if this is the worst that she's bringing on the table, I can handle that. Yeah. So I came into the relationship with the worst case scenario in mind. Yeah? And I've seen this work actually. You see, like when you get into a relationship because you are looking for, all the positive sides, as in always happy, it's a lie when they say happily ever married, happily ever after. There's always up and down. So if you can handle the downs, I think that relationship can stick for long. So for guys out there who are looking for a relationship, number one is saying it does not matter where you meet your partner. You can meet your partner in church, in a funeral, anywhere, on the road, the supermarket. But online nowadays, it's a bit tricky. You need to be a bit cautious. You need to be a bit cautious because people have become bad. People are not who they are. But once you find someone, the best you can do to keep things flowing is love this person unconditionally, number one. Number two, approach the relationship from the worst case scenario. Like, I know all her flaws. I know all her negative side. So I wanted to know her negative side. So I'm like, oh,
How did you get to know her negative side? How did you get to know her negative side? Did she tell you, or you were just picking them up?
Of course, through talking, and I kept on asking a lot of questions. There's something we call psychocybernetics.
Mm-hmm.
Psychocybernetics is more like, like a magic of thinking big, whereby you can ask one question, how she will answer it tells so much about her. I can ask her, what's your favorite color? She'll tell me this color. I'll ask her why. She'll give me so many reasons, and in the process, she's telling me so much that I want to know. So you cannot ask her directly. So, what are you bad at? Because we are used to asking people, what are you good at? So, what are you bad at? She cannot tell you. Mm-hmm. So, trying to get her negative side was now me trying to ask questions here and there. And I think the first day we talked a lot. I opened up a lot because, you see, I believe in not hiding anything, because I don't want her to come find out something much later. That will kill the relationship. So everything I told her on the first day, as days went by, she kept on, confirming that it's true, Everything about me, about us, about everything.
Great. So Duke has a question. How do you guys handle friends, relatives, social media pressure, comparisons?
We start with her.
Okay, personally, I try to be me. I try so much to be me.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, maybe, okay, people try to hurt me because they know I'm the softest spot. So people try to come to me, provoke me, do bad things, but he always tell me, if you give people an ear or if you let people hurt you, you're going to break. So what I normally do is, for my relatives, I just try to show them, you can't tell me anything. This is me. This is what I want. If my husband is okay with it, then you have to deal with it. I tell my parents, if my parent and my husband is okay with it, then no one else can tell me to stop what I do. If my parents are against it and my husband is not against it, then you have to deal with us, because we have a reason why we are doing it and not the other way. So for social media is, I learned to have a thick skin, because in social media so many people will tell you so many things. Like
Yeah.
the time we did our story on, because so many people came to me attacking me, like, why do you have a man in your house and you're busy going out with another man, and Mwakazi is busy looking for you? Those are three men in one day. What type of a woman are you? Are you a woman who love men or something? And I was like, you truly don't know what I was going through for me to do that. And for me, I was not following money or any material wealth. So let me be me. If I want love, because most of my friends tell me, you Pauline, you're weak. If you need, don't see a man and just love that person. Use your brain to love a person. And for me, it's hard to use my brain. Though sometimes you're told it's good to use your brain when loving someone. But no, I'm looking for that love that I never found. And now that I have it, I have to give it my all. Because I want to be happy. I want my parents to be happy for me. And someday I want to say, at least my parents or my family saw me happy with the person I love.
Yeah.
So I try avoiding other people who give me negative energy. I try so much to avoid it. And that's why even people who don't me, they ask me for my number. I still, even now, give his number. So for me, I just feel I'm okay. If it's a man who is trying maybe to interfere with my thinking and everything, I'll give his number. You go deal with him. For me, I'm peaceful where I am. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, social media has become something else, and we have a lot of people who have negative energies, and the only way they can express themselves is trying to pull someone down.
Yes.
It's unfortunate. Nobody tries to go up. Everybody tries to pull the one that is up down. And due to gravity, of course, if you give them a chance, they'll pull you down.
You're gonna fall down.
So
Yeah.
I think it's not giving them an ear as such. What I'll pick is the positive side. In all this conversation, Brenda, I'll keep the positive side. If I meet you and we have a conversation, I'll take the positive sides that I've picked from that conversation.
Yeah.
The negative, I'll just let them be. Yeah? And if the positive outweighs the negative, then you are the friend to keep.
Yeah.
You are the friend to keep. But I think so far so good. We are handling everything. And yeah, there's a bit of, because people will ask questions. People will ask her, okay, if she went to Tinder when the ex was in the house, how sure are you when you're here she's not on Tinder? But I need to check her
So
phone.
did you, by the way, now
Might
that you said that, do you guys get because I didn't even know like online dating was popular in Africa. So I thought it was like an outside countries Muzungu kind of thing. But so do you guys get some backlashes about how you met with friends? Like, how could you find a wife on online? Do you get such backlash?
Sorry, come up again. I didn't hear that question.
Yeah, I was saying, do you get any backlashes from people back home,
backlashes are there all over.
like
Yes, yes,
about how you guys met, about meeting online, finding a wife online, because I know it's a thing that it's like a culture thing. I didn't even know that online dating was popular in Africa or was even there. So how do you
true.
handle questions like that or people try to say,
You see, if all of us were Africans, okay, even you guys who are there are still Africans. This
yeah,
is your origin. You understand that actually, when you tell someone we met online,
yes,
red flags,
mm-hmm.
red flags. And actually, even for her mother, we did tell her we met online. We lied that we actually met in a swimming pool. Swimming pool that never existed. So we lied that we met in a swimming pool. So the African contemporary society, we tend to believe that if you meet someone in church, that's good. Anywhere else does not matter. Anywhere else, that will not last. So sometimes you get some, you not so much hard backlashes. They try to be soft on us. When now you start telling them actually online dating works.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you're talking to the clergy people, men of the cloth and women of the cloth,
yeah,
that's where the majority of the backlash goes. I actually realize, because they don't believe actually you can meet someone online and you can meet someone online and actually becomes fruitful.
yeah,
I don't believe in that. But we are
that's
here to
actually
prove that
good. Your
actually
sound is better now. Yeah,
you can meet anywhere. You
yeah,
can meet anywhere, and life can go smoothly.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. I mean, it's great,
And it's hard. Sorry to cut you. It's hard because you see we have constantly actually there's so much pressure for us to stick together
yes, yes,
because
to
when now
prove it. Mm-hmm.
yes, to prove a point. So with all that, and actually you're like the whole world is watching.
Yeah,
People will be
yeah,
like, you see, we told you online doesn't work. You see? So with that in mind, with all the positive energy you're trying to put in this and the like the social circle, positive people around us,
mm-hmm.
I think we can manage.
Mm-hmm.
Backlashes, yeah.
Yeah, I think what you said that I like, you said very, very great stuff, both of you, that I think it's very encouraging even for people who are thinking or who are in relationships or are thinking of starting relationships. It's, associate yourself with people who are positive, people who,
Yes.
like negative people love company. So the moment you start to know that you're getting drawn into their negativity, you're going to drown with them. So find people who
Yes.
have like the same beliefs about, let's say, marriage as you know and even the people who don't believe in marriage, you can start to talk to them about maybe the positives about marriage, about life in marriage, like how you can do things. If you still see them not being positive about it, they're all on the negative side, it might be time to
Drop
let them go. Yes, drop
drop
them,
them
it's
like it's
fine.
hot.
Yes. So it's okay. We don't have to be friends. We don't have to, or we can be friends, but every time we're together, we don't have to talk about relationships. Because I know every time I talk relationships with you, you are a non-believer in relationships or online dating. So you start to categorize your friends and get to know what you share with them and what not to share with them. So I think it's very helpful. So you guys, you are so pretty. Your story is amazing. I love it. So thank you again
Thank you,
for
thank you.
sharing with us. Thank you. Stay true to
There
yourselves.
is more, there is a lot, there is a lot.
There's a
I
lot.
don't know. I
Yeah.
think one day we might write a book.
Yes, you should. I
We'll
think
have
you
maybe
should. You should. You
He's
should.
going to write and I'm going to sign. I'll just sign. He will write it, I'll just sign to approve.
I don't think
but
you.
anyway, it's still
Go ahead.
sorry, continue.
No, go ahead.
I'm saying, you see, it's work in progress. We are learning,
Mhm.
and anywhere we can get any positive energy to keep us going, that's
Yeah.
where we stick more. Because see, like I said, like you said, you put it so well. I can choose to go to my friends, but if my friends like marriage is falling apart, I don't think, and maybe they are so negative, as in nobody wants to, like to mend things up.
Yeah.
I think I'll not be of value to them, and the
Mm-hmm.
best I can do is pull back, and that's how you move them from your inner circle to maybe the outer circle.
Then the outer
Because in
stuff.
every
Yes.
relationship we have, the circles, inner circle, outer circle. So we have very close people who know so much about you. So the people who you can, as in trust, you can
Yeah.
tell them something and they'll not judge you badly.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's someone you can tell something and they're like, how could you? How could he do this? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
looking for someone who will be like, okay, let's understand from which point did she say this, from which point did he do this, and trying to help each other, like reason out. Those are the friends I think to keep, and
Yeah.
we are here to learn from each other. We are not perfect,
Mm-hmm.
and we are not saying like we are the best example, but this is our story.
Yeah, that's your story. Yes, it's your story. Everybody
Yes.
has their own
We are
story.
waiting.
So
Yes, we are waiting for more positive stories out there.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Do you guys feel like you can trust each other? Do you tell Pauline, do you tell Mwakazi your secrets? Like, do you feel like you're open to telling him everything about yourself or everything that happens in your life? And is it vice versa? Mwakazi, are you the same way? Do you feel like that's your best friend? You can open up to her with anything?
To me, yeah, I tell him almost everything because
Even what I don't need to hear.
yeah, because I remember because I remember. Okay, let me take you back a little. Let me give you a small pic of a story here.
Mm-hmm.
When I first we started staying with him as a lady. I was like, wow, what if I get pregnant for this man and he dumps me? Maybe he's just so good to me. You know, man, when you meet a lady for the very first time and you truly want to taste what is in the jars, you just do anything to have that person with you. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
can even
Locked
bring the
up, you know,
clouds.
like
Yeah,
you're
you take the
mine now.
clouds
Mm-hmm.
down for yeah. But the minute you get what you wanted, you tested what you wanted, and you're like, no, you want to exit. Eh?
I'm
Mm-hmm.
walking away.
Yeah.
I'm walking
So
away.
yeah.
Mhm.
So for me, I felt that why is this man not like so conscious on my periods? And I'm like, what if I get pregnant for him and we are hardly even a week? And I started getting 10. But one thing I didn't know about myself, I had a condition that I didn't know personally, you know. And now, like another week, a month is over, and like, wow, okay, we already married. Let me just say maybe. And this guy is not like he's not asking me. We are not using any kind of, and
Yeah.
you're not. So I asked him, what do you think about it? And he told me, no, maybe it's because you have not like we have not been into each other. That's why it's not happening. But with time, it will. But it took us so long for only us to know that I had an issue with myself, and he stood with me because I would get some funny kind of mood swing,
Mm-hmm.
fever, everything. You know, a menopause woman gets. You know, right now you're smiling. Within 2 minutes, you've slapped that person out. The
Yeah.
next, you're everywhere. The next, you're not eating. The next, you're crying. I had all those menopause symptoms, and he felt bad about it, but he never showed me he was feeling like petty on me. And he was like, you need to know yourself, you need to understand your body, you need to learn yourself like a woman. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening to me because when I was around, I never saw these things. But now I'm married. So I thought to me, okay, personally, I thought when you're married now, that's when you get that thing. You don't enjoy anything. People say everything is so good, but for me, I'm like, everything is so bad. It's so painful. It's so like, I didn't enjoy. So that's when now he came in and he told me, you know what, we need to go, you be
See a
checked out and
doctor or something. Yeah.
get to know it. Yeah. And all that process, even if it was so expensive, even if it was so demanding, he had to quit his job for a month to take care of me, which I felt that
That
I
is
need,
after the operation now.
yeah, I need to tell him everything that is happening to me, because I asked myself, what if I was with another man? Would he appreciate me or take care of me like
Yeah.
he did?
Yeah.
So for me, even things that I'm not supposed to tell him, even if I have a pimple on my, I
But
just like, babe, I have something. Can you come and check it for me? And he's like, you don't have to show me everything. I'm like, so who do you want me to
Who
show?
do you want
If
me
you
to
don't,
show it? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So I tell him almost everything, even if sometimes he feels that I'm cheating him, or if I tell him he's like, I'm not honest, but I tell him everything black. I don't care if he's going to be mad or not. I just tell him. If I see something in him, I'm like, you see how a monkey, mother monkey is like, you want to check every part of the body
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
know
the
everything
body
is
will look
functional
at
and well.
you.
That's how I am to him. And he's like, you're looking for too much. You need to leave me alone. I need to be comfortable. I'm like,
you
okay.
need to breathe.
He tells me sometimes I suffocate him with my love, but you know,
Sometimes you love me too
if
much.
before, let me tell you, to be honest, before, when I met him on the first time, I wouldn't, you see the way we are seated here to speak,
Yeah.
that's how I was sitting next to him. I would not leave, there was even no gap, because I just want to be. And all the
Next to
time I'll
him.
just stay looking at him like this, like I'd look at him
Admiring.
until you like, give me space. I want to breathe. You're loving too much. I don't want that. You start complaining, and I'm like, okay, this day I'll stop showing you that attention, then you'll feel it. But it has never happened.
Yeah, so our journey with endometriosis has not been like easy because, like, okay, for the people who are not connecting the dots, we discovered that she has endometriosis, and it's a condition that actually has, our chances of getting a baby has gone down, but we are hoping because we've done everything. She did a surgical operation, which was
Yeah.
extremely expensive, and yeah, so after, back and forth from one doctor to the other, and so we got into a point whereby you're like, we have people who do it on the first day and they get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
People will stay, even some people will stay for 10 years and eventually they'll get one. So what we can do now is just relax, enjoy life, and but you
Yeah.
see, sometimes it's a tough, it's tough. It's even to speak it out. Because you see, she found me with kids. So if I tell her that, no, it's okay, I'm not feeling the
Yeah.
pressure, take
It's
your
not how
time,
she's.
she'll
Yeah.
be like, because you have yours. Yeah. She'll be like, because you have yours. So even me, I tread cautiously, even what I'm saying, because of course, constantly people are like, okay, you guys have been together for this period of time. We are not seeing any fruit of your womb. We are not seeing anything. So most will not understand what you've gone through. And like
Mm-hmm.
I said, what you just choose to love a person. Because when I saw her, I didn't see babies. I just saw a wife. So for her, let her remain as a wife. Whatever comes out of her will be God given in God's time.
Yeah. 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 I mean, you guys, so cute. You are so you're so great to listen to, because it's, let me tell you, having this finding somebody in your life. I mean, I've been married. Let me see. I met my husband when I was 18. I'm almost, this weekend, I'm turning 37. So
That's
that's like,
almost
Wow.
20 years.
yes. So that's how long we've known each other. And he was my friend from get-go. We were like, I was young. I had just finished senior six. And he was also had just graduated college. So he was 22 or 23. So, but we were all young. And to me, what I first fell in love with was a friend. Like I found myself a friend, who was a different color, but to me, he was just like any other boy that I met that time that was my friend. So you first find a friend before you even get to love. You know, you don't wake up and just find love. No, you first find a friend, you become friends. And so even when the love starts to reduce at some point, at the end of the day, you still know you have a friend. So that guy is my friend. Like, he's my friend, I love him, but I'm comfortable with saying, hey, you saw me when, you know, I had like little boobs on my chest. Now what else? Like, what haven't you seen? You know, and hey, I saw you had like not too much pubic hair. Now you have a whole bunch. You're like a lion. So what else don't I know about you? So you grow up to know each other. You grow up to know each other's habits. It's a process. If you're there and you're young, and or you're in a relationship, you're old, you're in a relationship, it's fine. Like, relationships do not have an age limit. People are in their 80s and they start finding love, or finding a person, finding a friend. So, but look for a friend before you think of looking for a lover. So is what I can say to
Very
most
true,
people.
very true.
Yes. So, and
Yeah,
once
and
that
mostly
friendship
like I
grows,
was,
yeah.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, like you're saying, once if you guys are growing in that friendship, I think
Mm-hmm.
you'll be bound together more.
Yeah.
The other day we had learned something about the 4 Ds in marriage. Yeah, the 4 Ds. The first D is a dream. When you got your man, you're like, this is the man of my dreams. You're like, wow, you dream to get a wedding, be taken down the aisle, to be proposed to. So everything is all about a dream. To live with this man, everything is all about a dream. Then you start discovering, yeah, this guy is a guy who squeezes toothpick from the middle. This guy is a guy who throws socks everywhere. You start discovering so many things about each other, actually. After the discovery comes the drama. Yeah, how you try to solve what you've discovered is now the drama.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you guys handle your dramas well and you come out of the drama unscratched and everything intact, you will now go to the dance. The last D will be the dance. And people who get to the dance can even stay together for many years. You see those two grandfather and grandnannies, and they're still walking together in the street, and those have really gone through. Maybe they changed down quickly. So we are told it's okay to stick to the dream. It's okay to stick to the discovery, but don't stick too much to the drama,
Mm-hmm.
because we have so many people, all their life, all their relationship has been on the drama from day
Mm-hmm.
one, from when
Mm-hmm.
they met to even now. Maybe they have children, they are still having dramas. So try to spend very little time on the drama, as in
Yeah.
trying to know how to solve your issues. So at least we
Yeah.
can all meet the dance part, and we are happy. We can count 20 years like you.
Yeah.
20 years,
Yeah.
is very long to
It's a
live with
beautiful
one
thing.
person.
Yeah. It's not all smooth, but hey, it's every day
Yes.
you discover something different. Today you're very happy, tomorrow it's like everybody's stressed about work, and then you have kids coming in. So, but you live life together, and like you talk through life, so okay, you guys, I really 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 want to thank you so much. I want to thank people who've been watching us for almost 2 hours now. Like, this is the best storytelling ever. We could go on and on and on and on, but so I have like one last topic that I want us to cover, and it actually just came in as you guys were talking about your Pauline, about your situation, about not having kids yet and stuff like that. So I have so many groups of women that are going through the same, and I think this topic would throw some light at them, or give them some hope, or encourage them somehow. So I want us to talk about society thinking, or what has society been like to you guys being in a relationship, and for a while, maybe now 2 years, 1 year, in Africa or in anywhere. Once you get married, everybody starts expecting you to pop up a baby the next day. And especially like Pauline, that's, you don't have any child, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So how has society been like to you? How have you guys as a couple been able to handle society's reactions or words to you guys? If you can share with us in maybe in 5 minutes, because I want this to be like a different topic for, I'll cut the video to a different topic because this is like very important for me.
Basically, for me, I get to hard times, especially when it comes meeting ladies or friends who have kids and they're talking about their children and everything. I feel bad in my heart about it. I sometimes tell my God, I know you didn't give me that, not my portion yet. But sometimes you have to accept what it comes with. You can't just kill yourself because you don't have a baby, or you
Yeah.
can't like avoid people or stay alone because they have children and you don't have. You're going to die of depression. So what I normally do is, if I just get someone asking me about it, I'll purely tell you about my condition, even if it's not necessary. But I won't give you a chance to like bad mouth or tell me, oh, you have to try this, you have to do this, you have. I've gone through so much. I've listened to people. Sometimes even people tell me, you don't give your husband pressure to give you, he's comfortable, he has kids, you don't have. And that's why sometimes you see, if you people you don't agree on something, he doesn't care. And I'm like, I get bitter about it. And sometimes I tend to think it's true, and I'll come home with that anger,
Yeah, some
and
anger.
I'll
Yeah.
feel that he doesn't love me. Yeah, I'll feel he doesn't love me. Sometimes I'll just sit in a corner and start crying for no reason. Sometimes I'll just sit down and say, maybe he's not buying me something or he's not giving me something because I don't have my own. Even if I start a quarrel or a fight with him, it will end up like, I don't have your kid. That's why I don't have a kid for you. That's why you're treating me like this, or that's why you're doing this to me. Because in my mind, people say a woman is a baby. But for me now, it seems, or I feel sometimes I'm less a woman because I don't have a baby. And now taking care of these kids, most of the people think sometimes I'm harsh to the kids, of which I'm not, because I accepted him with the kids. And I try to, sometimes it's hard to bond, especially with kids who know their biological mom. It's hard to bond with them like completely. So I try so much. So people think that maybe I'm trying to do the worst thing or being a bad mom. But for me, I try to bring them up like my own. Like no, I've accepted. Okay, people tell me, Pauline, you don't have to think about it. Just leave it. But do you know that one thing that you'll never forget in your life? Even if you just close your eyes and say, I want to forget myself for 1 hour, all that 50 minutes you just think about, oh, I don't have a baby, or how would I feel if I was pregnant, or I want to have the craving, I want to see how my husband is going to treat me. So it's hard to forget. And if you meet with these pregnant women or people who tell you, I was in that 10 years down the line, I was like you, but now I have a baby, you're like, oh, so also me one day I'm going to be like pregnant. You get so excited. And once you have the excitement in you, now it also brings another type of a fight, because now I'll be so excited. I want to have him more. And it's like, it doesn't work like that. You just have to relax, eat well, work out, do this and this, and then God will provide. But for me now, the excitement starts now
To
knocks
go
in like a
down.
fight,
Yeah.
like, oh, you don't want this with me, you're like this and that and that. So for me, I would say sometimes it gives me a hard time. Like January today when I was at work and our colleagues were talking about their daughters who are in class 5, the age of my daughter now. And they were talking about their daughter's periods and everything. And I'm like, this is an interesting topic. And I try to share in, but sometimes I feel I'm out. So most of the time I was silent when they were talking, and they were like, but Pauline, you have a daughter. Why are you not telling us about her? She started her period or something. And I'm like, maybe I can talk about it. You see?
Yeah.
So it's hard, but I at least try and appreciate and listen to other women who talk about their kids, knowing that one day maybe if
You
God
get your
will,
own. Yeah.
then I will appreciate. But if he doesn't,
I still appreciate. I have to love your kids, and we love each other. Yeah.
So Mwakazi, how has the whole situation been like for you? Of course, yeah, you have like the other side of you that already has kids. Of course, you might not be getting that society push, like, hey, Mwakazi, you don't have kids yet. So how have you been, when Pauline goes through it, you go through it. So how have you handled this?
It's been tough, honestly, because sometimes the pressure started with the mom. The mom kept on pushing until you're like, so the more people from outside keep on pushing, like, when are you having this? Have you tried this? Have you tried this? They'll come up with a million, alternatives, a million things you are supposed to try. And you'll not be like every day telling them, like, I've tried this, it didn't work, I've tried this, because they'll be like, you'll be switched, you'll be recommended to like 10 doctors. You go to each one of them, and each one of them asks for like that is $30 or $40. Yeah, that is to see them. You have to pay like $30 or $40. So you've gone to all those doctors with no solution. You get to a point whereby you are like, okay, let me not push so much, because I've seen and I've heard stories of people who have really pushed. They tell God, I want a kid and I want now.
Yeah.
And God will give you maybe a disabled child. You're like, okay, I wanted a child, but not this kind of a child. So I think we get to a point where we are like, okay, can we just for once relax? Because there's always a reason why. Maybe we are not aware of why she's not conceiving now. But let me believe, like I came to learn, let me just trust in God's time. Yeah. And try to take the pressure off her, because you see, if she has that pressure every month when she undergoes her period, she's moody, she's depressed, and I understand why. Every time she feels like maybe the periods delay, she is very hopeful, and
Hopeful, yeah.
she'll yes, hopeful. She'll be like, I hear people saying that when you're pregnant, maybe your nipples will start hurting, hardening. So you'll see her touching, and they are talking about their hard. So like you're trying to preempt, yeah, trying
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah,
actually accept you're in a situation that you are not. So trying to get her out of that situation also
that's right.
calls for wisdom, because you can clash, because that's when she's at her lowest. Yeah. And let me say, as a man, the least or the best I can do is just support her in this journey, because if I start now, pushing her away because she has not given me a child yet,
Yeah,
I'll be very unfair, because it's not me who gives, it's not her who gives or receives, it's God who gives. So there's a reason why there's this delay. And I'll give you a story, or we were told by the guy now who did our operation.
yeah,
And he told us, because even after operation, we kept on waiting, kept on hoping, and you're like, it's not happening. So, and you try everything.
yeah,
From her to try how to, be fertile. From my
yeah.
side, I'll try to eat everything. They talk about this tree that strengthens this tree that strengthens this. You keep on uprooting every root and everything. You keep on, because you see, you don't want to get to a point you're like, okay, I don't want to assume because I have the kid, I am fine. I'm the fine now. She's the one who is not fine. You understand?
Yeah,
So I have to be like, what if I am the one who is a problem? What
right.
if after these two kids,
Yeah,
maybe I incur
it
this
stopped.
problem?
Yeah,
You understand? Yes. So it has to be. That's why I have now to connect to her and now try to walk the journey with her together. So this doctor was telling us of a couple who went through the same issue, and they tried everything. They even tried IVF. You know
yeah,
how expensive IVF is?
yeah, very,
They
yeah,
did the first IVF, it did not work. Yeah. They did the second IVF, it did not work. The third IVF, they went abroad, and the fourth one, they went abroad as well. It did not work. Do you know, after doing 4 IVF, you are like, okay, this was not meant for us. So they decided to just eat everything and relax and do nothing.
And
Within 4 months, they were pregnant. Even the doctors cannot explain that. You understand? You've tried everything else only for you to, to get pregnant naturally. So what if something told you to wait? You understand? Sometimes we are very impatient. We are very pushing because we want things our own way. But sometimes I am learning and I'm teaching her to just relax, because every day you see a pregnant woman, you look at her with, those eyes of, will that be me one day?
oh, I wish
You
that could
understand?
be me.
I
Yeah.
think, you're putting so much pressure on yourself, and you are, I think you are killing yourself slowly.
Yeah, I think that's tough. It's really tough. But I think what I can say to you guys, it's stick with each other, be each other's support system. I hope you have a great relationship with Mwakazi's kids. So I like how,
They are.
yeah. So I hope you look at them and you're like, guess what? These are my kids as well. So, and I like how you said you are raising them whichever way other people think, it doesn't matter. But if you feel inside your heart you're raising them like your own kids, that's it. Like if you're a believer in God, like the Bible says, sometimes those could be the kids that God decided to give you, so you just look at them as your own blessings. If they love your husband, you have to love them, yeah. But I know the nature part of it still kicks in. You wish this and this and this, but just stay positive. When you're sad, talk about it with your husband, because he's the most person who will understand you, because he's seen you through it. He's seen you go through surgery. He's seen you break down in the chair. He knows what it means. So find that specific person that you feel will understand you. Cry. It doesn't matter. Just cry to him. He knows what you're going through. And so at least now he's also built that immune, like where he knows how to help you. He knows when you're going through something, because he can tell your signs. Like my husband can, if it's that time of the month, he will know. Like he'll say, I'll yell at the kids, or I'll not be in the mood to talk, and you'll be like, oh, is it that time? He's like, oh yeah, so he knows. Like you start to know each other. The moment something changes on your faces, in your actions, you know each other already. You're like, something is not right. So what could it be? Is it her periods coming, or is it something that happened at work? So you dig for stuff and talk about it. So I will pray for you guys.
I'm
Still,
laughing because I have her track as well. So
you
I have
have her
her
track
track.
as
I know
well, yeah.
when she's ovulating. I know when she's. So at least psychologically, I can prepare how to handle her.
Exactly. That's this. It's the same thing here.
You know,
Like, sometimes when I'm late, my husband will
Mwakazi is a
remind.
thief. I told you. Fear these people.
No, but that's somebody who cares about you, because my husband does the
yes.
same. Yes. So, like, I'm telling you, it grows. Like, the more you stay together, the more your schedule will be his schedule. So, if it's something that now your schedule is about, like, what changes in your life, he has to know. If he didn't know, then you should be worried. You're like, dude, you don't even know that I'm supposed to be in my periods right now. What's wrong with you? But so it's because now you're getting to that bond where it's just like a circle in your head. It's a time, it's a clock. You know each other's clocks. So, but hey, thank you guys so much. I love you. Stay positive. Keep sharing your stories with the rest of the world. Spread positivity. So thank you for bringing us into your lives and sharing your deep, deep stories that will encourage somebody. And I'm so glad you accepted to join me on my show today and share with the rest of the world. So thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much as well.
All right. What's the final remarks here? What can you say to everybody about yourselves, or any positive message that you could share with everybody who's watching us?
I think to me, I'll talk from so many angles, but the main angle is let's take, I know times are hard, but let's look for anything positive from each other. If it's your partner, just look for anything positive. I know sometimes when situations are tough, we tend to look for, all those negative or reasons why you should fight, reasons why you should, split and stay apart. But let's look for, just that one thing that is positive about your partner.
Mm-hmm.
So on now the channel part, I think it's always important. Anybody who is watching, we grow from, when you watch our videos, when you give it a thumbs up, it encourages us. We actually go through a lot shooting one video. Editing that video takes us hours, uploading, exporting, and all that. Just, even if even if exercise is not your thing, just that positive vibe, just, it goes a long way to encourage our channel. Because you see, on my part, I give people exercise. I know people need this, and actually, the people in the US, winter is coming. When winter comes, most of you are indoors. All you need is exercise, and here I am. All you see, I sacrifice to give you like positive things on my channel. That is exercise, something you need. We share so many things. We share so many gossip. If it's a video that you've seen and it's nice, you share it out. That will really build me as a person, build us as a person, and life will be a lot more easier.
Yeah.
For
Pauline.
me, what I can only say,
Mm-hmm.
what I can personally say is follow your heart. Always love the person you are with in times of riches and not riches, but in times of riches and poor. All the time you should be there for that person, because you never know, one day this person will lack and you might be the person to step in, and one day you might lack completely and this person to always stand for you. So personally, just be real, love that person like you'd like to be loved, and never see men like a bank or a ATM, that all the time you see a man, you only see money. I always tell people, if you see a white man, never think that that white man goes somewhere and picks the money from the tree
Don't see
and
money.
run. Yeah, you run to that person thinking that all your problems are sorted. No, you've gone there with expectations, but you should not go there with expectations. If you love that person accordingly, even if he
They
doesn't
will
have,
love you.
yeah,
Yeah.
even if they don't have, they will do everything to
For
make
you.
sure you are comfortable and happy. But if
Yeah.
you go there with expectations, sweetheart, the next day you come back intrigued.
Crying, yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
get disappointed. Yes.
So for
Yeah.
me, I'm like, be positive, love that person like you'd love to be loved, just like the way you could love to see your brother or sister loved by someone else. And create a family, even if that person is mad, even if he doesn't want to see you, just bring that bad face of yours in front of him and tell him, so
Here I am.
here I am.
I'm not going anywhere.
Exactly.
Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you. So I have nothing to add. We've said so much in 2 hours and 18 minutes. It's been one of the best conversations I've had. Very, very positive stories. You've shared your life, how you lost everything, how you guys, did stick together and you're still together, you're working through it, different challenges happening in your lives with Pauline and all that stuff. I want to say thank you so much for letting us in your space and sharing with us. So if you're late, you're just joining us, like Nyaga's in Dubai, please go back and watch this video. You could share it with your other friends. I know Nyaga's in Dubai is actually a Kenyan. So I want to say, you guys, please share our videos, like our videos, I know somebody out there will actually find this very helpful, because what we were chatting about is life, and we all need to know new things or pick a leaf here and there from these amazing people. So thank you again, the Mwakazis. Stay positive. I'm so glad God kept you, or actually brought you together somehow, whichever way you guys met. But it's a beautiful story, and I'm glad you're sharing it with the rest of the world. It's encouraging, and I pray that God answers your prayers, and just stay positive, stay you, and we love you, okay? To the watchers, thank you, everybody who has stuck with us. You started watching us at 12, now it's 2 p.m., 2:20. So thank you so much. Thank you for all the conversations. Please visit the Mwakazi Family. They have 2 channels. Mwakazi the man has the fitness kind, which we all know him from. And then Pauline started Mwakazi's Family, but of course, Mwakazi the guy kind of finds himself there on that channel as well. So you'll find them there. So please support their channels. Watch their videos, support, share them, subscribe if you haven't. And let's keep supporting each other as content creators. All of you guys who are in the comments, I see your content creators. Most of you are already subscribed to your channels. So I appreciate your support. The Mwakazis, stay blessed. We'll talk again very, very, very soon. We have so many topics to talk about. I love you guys.
So many interesting
love you too.
stories.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Have a good night. Thank you guys for joining. We're going to end this. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.